J.K. Rowling, for the past several years, despite the fact that she is lockstep with nearly every single woke talking point except for one, has been the main target for the transgender activist mob. They think they can go out there, lie about her, spread all this stuff to try to get her canceled. We know it's had kind of the opposite effect in a lot of ways because nearly no one takes these activists seriously. But if you prod enough, if you lie enough, if you defame someone enough, and they've got the money to hire a lawyer, they might just come after you. And that's exactly what happened. J.K. Rowling is taking some of these woke transgender activist freaks to task. J.K. Rowling critic forced to apologize to the author after facing a defamation lawsuit for labeling Rowling a Nazi. And we are going to get into this, but this was late in 2022. Okie dokie, JJ, we'll play it your way. Give my regards to your solicitor. And then it ended yesterday, or a couple days ago, with a big apology from this freak. Let's get into it. J.K. Rowling threatens legal action against transgender activists for smearing her as a Nazi. Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling has fought back against a transgender activist who publicly smeared her as a Nazi, threatening to take legal action against the individual. As a result, the activist deleted the tweet and issued an apology. J.K. Rowling hit back at self-described drag queen performer J.J. Wells after he tweeted she also is a Nazi, or at least has views that align with them. In response, the novelist tweeted, "Okie dokie, JJ, we'll play it your way. Give my regards to your solicitor." And let's go through the way that this thing played out. Because back in 2020, when all the J.K. Rowling stuff first came out, he said this: "At J.K. Rowling was one of my childhood idols, but that was before she was a transphobic piece of shit. How confident is she that she's a witch that won't burn? I've got a stake that begs to put it to the test." So making some allusions to we should burn her at the stake. Hashtag fuck J.K. Rowling. Hashtag J.K. Rowling is over party. Here we are, 2.5, 3 years later. I don't think J.K. Rowling is over. In fact, I think there's an argument to be made. She might be more popular than ever before. But this is when he gets into some other stuff years later. This is December 29th, 2022. Well, to be fair, the woman in question wasn't actually being threatened with being burned alive. Hyperbolic metaphor based on her original tweet. But you know that you're playing dumb intentionally for clout. And she also is a Nazi, or at least has views that align with them. And a lot of people called this dude out. It says he's back for now, and if Twitter doesn't sort it, my solicitor will. J.K. Rowling enters the fray. The thing about solicitor's game is everyone can play, JJ. I ignored your hyperbolic metaphor about burning me to death in 2020, but I'm starting to think that was a mistake. What's your solicitor's view on the Nazi accusation? Would they advise you to defend it in court? And he kind of doubles down. Well, we meet at last. To think you're once an icon to me. I think you absolutely have views that align with Nazis. I think Fred also has views that align with Nazis. I think relying on tropes and stereotypes is very 1930s propaganda. And then accuses her of using anti-Semitic tropes in a children's book, just like we've seen. The whole, if you look at people that handle the money in the Harry Potter world and you immediately think that must be a Jewish person, well, it might say something about you, doesn't it? J.K. Rowling responded, "If anybody close to you has your best interests at heart, they'd strongly advise you not to keep handing my lawyers ammunition. Setting aside the burning at the stake tweet which you posted, which you now claim is a metaphor, you've published defamatory statements about me and are compounding the offense by saying I'm encouraging the eradication of a group of people. All of this came about in the context of you attacking Fred Sargent, a gay rights icon, and wishing for his death. I understand you and your ilk feel untouchable. I understand in your own minds you're heroes of an unimpeachable righteousness, justified in slurring, defaming, and threatening. You were the ones who dragged his lawyer into this, so by all means, let's go to lawyers." And now here we are, a couple weeks later, a couple months later maybe, and J.J. Wells has now deleted his tweets about J.K. Rowling and has issued this absolutely bitch-made statement. "I'd like to publicly apologize for a previous Twitter thread where I interacted with J.K. Rowling on matters related to the transgender community. I have now removed these tweets and would like to apologize directly for causing potential upset. I failed to choose my words with care and would like to retract my previous statements relating to her views on the LGBTQ+ and more specifically transgender people. I'd also like to retract my likening to J.K. Rowling to any far-right or Nazi organization and emphasize I don't wish any individual, inclusive of J.K. Rowling, to come to any harm." This is a, hey, I have to bend over or else I'm going to be sued into oblivion. That's what's happening to trans, gay, drag queen activist freak J.J. Wells. That's what's going on right here. And there's more transgender freaks saying, we understand, you don't mean this, you just had to publish it. We'll keep up the good fight. We'll keep defaming J.K. Rowling. I hope J.K. Rowling eventually comes after all of these fucking people. They have spread lie after lie about her time and time again. And in all reality, like I said, she has now developed this reputation as being controversial, but in reality, the vast majority of people still support her in terms of her work. I disagree with J.K. Rowling probably on nearly everything from a political landscape, a social landscape. She happens to be out of step with the woke mob with one thing. She thinks there's a difference between transgender women and biological women. That's something that also 99% of the world agrees with. But these freaks will do anything in their power to cancel her. Luckily, they have no power. And now they're having to bend over and apologize to J.K. Rowling, delete their tweets in a desperate hope that they won't get sued into oblivion. Maybe this will give some of these freaks, these activist fucks, maybe it'll give them a little bit of pause before they decide to do this in the future. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring a bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.